Hey guys, this is Greg Beast here in the Beast Lab. So after I did all of my head reviews, a lot of guys were asking me, how do you string your sticks? What pattern do you use, blah, blah, blah. I string my own sticks for the most part. Sometimes I have guys like Billy Wynn or Robert Tribe 7 will string it for me. And based on their patterns that I've used in the past, because I like to shoot the ball off the break, and I've also noticed that a lot of guys with the new heads, they're getting warped. So I wanted to help you guys out, just show you what I use from a stringing standpoint. And I used an STX Duel, okay, just because this seems to be the dominant head in the market that I'm seeing right now. The CEO is slowly starting to be overtaken by the Duel based on its flex points and its shorter throat. Guys are liking it, so I figured why not string that up with black Hero mesh and give you guys a B32 pocket that I use. So this particular stick is a murdered out Maverick Apollo shaft with black lizard skin and a black Duel with black Hero mesh and black strings. I just love the all black look. If you guys have watched me play in the league, it's a look that I like a lot. So we strung this one up, and I'm going to show you why and how I string it up. So it's very simple. For all you face-off guys out there, you understand that we go through a lot of heads, whether they break. I know me personally, I broke more than 16 Warrior blades last summer. If you use a Duel, they don't really break, but they get warped real quick right in here, and they become real flimsy. And after they're trashed, you gotta get a new one. So we don't have time to string traditional. I know some guys in the past have said you should do a traditional head. That's great if you take 4 face-offs a game, maybe, but we break heads way too quickly. No one wants to string 12 traditional heads a summer. So mesh is way easier. Plus the mesh these days is so advanced, especially, East Coast guys, their Hero mesh is just elite. And, it's really easy to use. It breaks in super quick. It's got a soft feel, but it's got enough structure to it for guys who like to shoot on the run. It's great. So that's what I use during the season. So what I like is a regular locked top string, nice and firm. I don't get crazy. I don't use more than 1 string. I don't use 2 strings and do a bunch of different triangles and get all ridiculous. I go in twice on each hole. I pull it tight so it's got no movement to it up top. That's all I care about. The sidewalls are unique. So on the sidewall, we lock it all the way up until here. Once it's locked here, because I want it to come off strong if I shoot, and if I pass, I want it to be relatively consistent as possible with how warped the head gets. So I want it to be consistent right here. I don't want the pocket moving vertically. That's the key. You see face-off guys will come down and shoot the ball, and it'll go right into the ground. And that means your pocket is moving so vertically that the ball just keeps traveling inside, and this pocket never stops moving. So the ball gets caught all the way up here and goes straight to the ground. So you don't want that. And then what I do right here is I don't do knots. I just start wrapping, okay? And we loop all the way down in the middle of this pocket so that this pocket has lateral sway, and which is great because then if this head gets pinched, a lot of guys will string these huge knots in here when they're stringing heads for face-off guys. The problem is if that knot is there, you are taking away about 1/2 inch on each side of the head, and it's gonna stick and get caught all the time. And you are going to have an illegal pocket, and the ball's gonna get stuck on face-offs very quickly, and it's gonna be super frustrating. And it's unnecessary, to be honest. So I just loop it so it has lateral sway. This head, the ball will come in and out real easy. There's plenty of space. All I gotta do is make sure I lock it when I pull my exit out. And then at the bottom, we lock it again. So right here, it's locked so that the pocket won't move at all. It'll stay where it's at. The ball will come out nice and evenly, and it'll be good to go. And then the bottom, we just loop this bottom sidewall here, and that way the pocket stays short. And I cut my string so that there's no extra tail, because I don't want that getting in the way during face-offs. So that's how I string my pocket. Real easy. It takes me 10 minutes max. And then I just throw 3 laces and I space them out every other diamond. And the reason I do it that way and the reason I like the 3 laces is because it gives me a shelf. So I am not a guy who just plucks at the ball and tries to rip it out. I like a lot of total control on where I'm popping the ball because I'm kind of a perfectionist with that. So what I like is for the ball to sit on a shelf. When I lock it and pull it out, you want that ball to sit right here, okay? And what happens with this lip is as you pull it out on an angle, you can then dictate exactly where the ball pops, which gives you a ton of accuracy. When you're pulling it out, you can either keep it tight to your body, you can throw it out way in front of you and stab it, or you can throw it to your wing and know exactly where it is. I can put the ball to my wing without even looking in the air because I know exactly how it's going to come out of the top of the head. So that's why I have this pocket strung this way. You know, the guys who use a duel in season, you just got to be careful. This thing will start to pinch dead center in the middle, and that's why you see 800 softballs all over the place at our draw days, because guys have to be jamming stuff in here as it gets soft, especially in the spring and summer when it's warmer out. So that's how I string my stick. If I were to use a duel, this is how I would do it. I highly recommend you give it a try. It keeps a consistent passing and shooting, and it helps you keep the head legal for a longer period of time so the ball doesn't get stuck, and it gives you a ton of consistency as the ball comes out. And like I said, the Black Hero mesh, this Black Ops mesh, it's a big, you know, Face-Off Academy thing that we love because the pocket is soft, it breaks in immediately, and it's still firm and structural enough where you can get a good shot off and you don't look like an idiot with that soft mesh feel. So I highly recommend it. This is how I string my sticks. Give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. Have a good one.